5. That one was committed allegedly on August the 7th by the affidavit, and you have attached the affidavit of the violation of the order granting bail on 8/8/2025. You've attached that as a part of your motion to revoke bond.
Yes, Your Honor. Both of those warrants are included in the indictments that I had listed on the motion.
All right, state has rested their proof on this motion to revoke bond, Mr. Bond.
I would call Mr. Richardson.
Mr. Richardson, come around.
Careful with that chair.
I'm going to remind you that we're going to place you under oath. Raise your right hand and be placed under oath.
Do you solemnly swear affirm testimony you're about to give us the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Okay. Would you state and spell your last name for the record?
Richardson, Richardson.
Okay, Mr. Richardson. So you have heard the testimony from the transdermal company, and on my count, around 28 violations is what I counted. Tell me how that can be so. And also remember, please don't say anything about the pending case that you've got. We're just talking about the transdermal, nothing about the case. But help me and the court understand what happens pretty much the entire month of February and March.
Okay, so the company Nationwide Monitoring is subcontracted out to different individuals in the area. When I got it put on in December, I was unaware or not told that you couldn't wear a sock or any garment underneath it at all. Also,
And that's your for the tampering portion.
yes,
Okay.
yes. In the month of January, there's a base unit that comes with the device as well.
Okay.
In the month of January, I would look at the base device and it would say connecting to network, but it would never connect to the server. So I called the company and asked, what is going on? So they said, have you been sent a gray cord? And I said, no, I wasn't given a gray cord when I got it put on in December.
Okay.
Which the gray cord ended up being just a LAN. They sent me one in the mail. It was just a phone line, which you don't even need
Okay.
in anyway. So then I called back a week or so later because it was still not connecting to the server at all. There was no reading at all that was happening. And I asked if I could go visit my grandmother who lives outside of Knoxville. And upon researching the base unit, because you have to take it with you because you have to be in the vicinity of the base unit once a day for it to upload the readings. So she notified me that I wasn't even registered to the device at all for the entire time from when I had it put on until that she told me that.
Okay.
So then one of the subcontractor workers reached out to me and asked me to meet them somewhere so that they could register it to me. Then we had the snowstorm, so I couldn't get out and go meet them. So eventually my mother had to take me to meet somebody in Fairview and to have it registered to me.
Okay.
At that time, when she hooked it up, it said for her to do maintenance, and I got a whole new ankle monitor put on.
Okay.
That was around the time at the beginning of February.
Okay. So tell me, okay.
Yes. So if I'm guilty of anything, the alcohol that I had consumed was 0.0% alcohol. That's not non-alcoholic.
You're talking about NA beers.
Yes. Well, it's not. It doesn't say non-alcoholic on it. It just says 0.0.
Okay.
The monitor reads in the 100th percentile, like she said, 0.02.
Okay.
Now, under my assumption, I thought they were NA, but when you put two and two together, it doesn't seem like it's actually non-alcoholic.
Okay.
There's probably some in the 100th percentile of it, which the monitor would read.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Okay. All right.
And that's all I've drank. I'm diabetic. I have chronic pancreatitis. The last time I drank heavy, I was in the hospital for 6 days at the VA.
Okay.
So
All right, I'll pass one to Judge.
Sylvia, you may cross-examine.
So when was the last time you drank alcohol?
the last time I drank alcohol was in August.
Okay. And you said when you drink heavy, do you drink at all? You said the last time you drank heavy, you ended up in the hospital.
Right.
Okay. So
No, I haven't drank since August.
no alcohol at all since August.
Well, the 0.0% beers.
Okay. So so your testimony is from December to January, when we got no readings and no violations, your monitor wasn't working.
It was not registered to me at all.
Okay.
Whether it was still vibrating on my leg, but I don't know if it was being, I don't know much about the monitor at all. I just know that what they told me that it was not registered to me.
Okay. So, but it was vibrating?
Yes.
When do you feel the vibrations?
Every 30 minutes.
Every 30 minutes. So
Yep.
it's testing every 30 minutes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
So that all is true.
Yes.
So how many NA beers did you consume in one sitting?
Well, I would go through 6 to 12 in a day or so.
6 to 12 in a day or so.
Mhm.
All right. And you did that all through January?
No, February.
Okay. So you didn't drink any of those at all in January?
No.
Why in February did you start consuming all these NA beers?
I started going to, I started when I got released in December, and I started going to be social.
Okay. So you were driving around during this time frame?
No, no,
Okay. So how were you being social?
in my neighborhood.
Okay. So you were just walking around in your neighborhood?
Yes.
So all of these people that saw you drinking would know you were drinking NA beers?
Yes, that is correct.
And your family members would all say, he's not drinking anything but NA beers.
That is correct.
Okay. So you started drinking in February. All of a sudden, where were you getting these during the ice storm?
I wasn't getting them during the ice storm. The ice storm was in January.
No, it was in February.
I don't remember the certain dates that it was.
Okay. So where were you getting the NA
I was
beers?
having them brought to me,
Who was bringing them to you?
my mother.
So when you drank all 12 of those, and what did you do next?
What do you mean? Well, I was at home. I was at home.
Well, we have about a whole month time frame. We have 12 NA beers that you have accounted for. So how were you getting more, and how many were you drinking in a day?
I would go get more. And in a day, like I said, it was between 6 to 12.
Okay, 6 to 12 of these a day.
Mhm.
Where do you go buy them at?
The gas station.
Okay. And what do the cans look like?
What did the what?
What do the cans look like?
They're actually bottles, and there's 2 different types at the gas station I went to would sell. They're Heineken and Stella Artois.
Okay.
So they're green.
Now, why would you start consuming Heineken and Stella when you are charged with all of these and you know you're supposed to be wearing this monitor?
Because they were 0.0s on the assumption that they didn't have any alcohol in them at all.
Okay.
But when you think that it just says 0.0 instead of non-alcoholic, and you put 2 and 2 together, it makes sense that it would still have a little alcohol in it. But I was under the assumption that it didn't at the time. But thinking back and putting 2 and 2 together, it makes sense that there would still be some in there. And the alcohol monitor reads at 0.02 in the 100th percentile, like she said. So
And so you were driving yourself to the store during this time frame?
yes,
Okay. Do you think you have an alcohol problem?
I used to, not since last August, no.
Okay. And the day you miss court, when you have the multi-day consumption, tell me what was going on during that time frame.
I'm actually, so I'm diabetic, and I actually, that day I could not feel my feet. I couldn't feel the pedals when I did try to drive to court. I have neuropathy in my feet. I called that morning and asked to reschedule because I couldn't feel my feet. She said, well, sir, you need to try to find somebody to bring you in. My mother was already at work and my father is blind. So I was unable to get a ride. The next morning on the 11th, when I was able to get out and gain some feeling in my feet, I drove myself to the VA emergency room. That afternoon, while I was at the emergency room, I called back to the circuit court clerk's office and asked them if there was a KPS issued for me, and she said yes. And I asked if they needed to see any medical documents confirming my neuropathy in my feet so that I could try to get the judge to rescind the warrant. I sent over the emergency room paperwork to Holly, and she said that she sent it over to the judge and she would let me know what he decided. That was on Wednesday afternoon. The court date was on Tuesday. So on Thursday, I never heard anything back from her. So on Friday morning, I actually went and got my monitor maintenance on Friday morning in Clarksville at the subcontractor there. And while I was in the parking lot of the subcontractor after I got it maintenance, I emailed Holly and asked if she had heard anything back from the judge. And by the time that she had responded back, I had been apprehended.
Okay. So how many NA beers did you consume during that time frame?
It would have been after the fact. So it would have been after the fact of that morning. So I mean, it wouldn't have been during the time that I would have been needed to be at court, like I said.
Okay, so the testimony that you had a multi-day that included the time frame in which you tested positive for consumption, that's just inaccurate?
No, I wouldn't say it was inaccurate. I didn't say that I did not drink. I said it would have been after, later on in that day. It
Okay,
wouldn't have
so
been
how many
hours
did
that I
you
needed to be at
consume
court.
during that time frame?
I would still stick with the 6 to 12.
6 to 12.
Mhm.
You could get out to go get NA beer, but you couldn't get to court?
Like I said, it would have been when I regained feeling in my feet the next day.
Now, did they test you for alcohol at the VA when you went to the hospital,
not that
to
I'm
the
aware.
ER? Okay, did they take blood?
They did.
Okay. I have no other questions, Your Honor.
Okay. Why do you drink non-alcoholic beer?
When?
Why?
Why?
Yeah, why?
I actually enjoyed the taste of it.
So you enjoyed it enough to drink 12 in one day?
Like I said, I was being social some of the time. Some of the time I just, it was something to drink other than water.
So
But I
mean,
can't.
You've heard the number of days that you tested positive according to this device for having consumed alcohol. And is it your testimony that on each one of those days you drank 6 to 12 non-alcoholic beers?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, step down.
I have no other questions, Your Honor.